Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so in my opinion, another one of the important pillars, though they're all important to be fair, and you need all of them to live what I consider to be a better life. Remember, this is kind of personal, so if it doesn't resonate with you, that's completely fine. I'm making these videos for my kids to look back on, and also anyone like me who's just looking to improve, wanting to live a better life, or just may want to improve in certain areas and may need a little bit of help and feel like they're a little stuck. You could have it all. You could have a really good job, lots of cash in the bank, good marriage or good relationship, good physical health, great relationships with family. But the fact of the matter is that many people, they don't have any of those things. Well, they might have one or two, do you know what I mean? So there's always room to improve in at least a few areas. It doesn't matter what stage you're at, in my opinion. If you're not striving to improve or be better than where you are now, you're basically stagnant or you're going backwards. I don't know if this is like a human curse or like personal to me. There's been times where I've had contentment with where I am in my life, but these times have been short-lived and I've never been really satisfied for too long. So maybe you can relate to that. So it helps me to have constant goals, something to strive towards, something I can be focused on, something to keep me focused and on the right path, something I can strive towards so I can keep experiencing growth. And you don't want to fall into that trap of, oh yeah, I really should be doing this certain thing today, but no, fuck it, I can't be asked. I'll just do it tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. I don't mean every day should be like a list of bullet points that you have to tick off, or you're going to be punishing yourself and shutting your hand in a fridge door or something like that. I like to set out my goals like 1 or 2 years in advance, and then basically I reverse engineer them into weekly goals of what needs to be done for that certain week. So I'll normally get my notepad out on my phone on a Sunday and I'll put my list together for what needs to be done for the next week with that long-term goal in mind. Now, things like training, going to the gym, spending time with family, other stuff around the house or whatever, taking your fucking car for an MOT. These are all the standard procedure things. They don't make it into the list. It's goal specific. It's all the other shit that has to get compiled in. Those things are standard procedure. They're everyday things everyone has to do. Do you know what I mean? It's all the other stuff you have to factor in. That's what I'm talking about here. For example, I've got 2 YouTube channels now. One, my goal for that channel is to get 250k subs. And this channel, I want to get 1 million subs, which I can guarantee that I am going to do. So there is an amount of pre-planning that's involved in order for this to work around all the other stuff that needs to get done as well. I've got all my filming, my editing, because I'm obviously a small channel, I've got to design all my own thumbnails. It's all that stuff. Now I've got one day, basically one full day a week, and I've got one evening per week where I have to fit that in. So I have to juggle it all around all my other stuff. I've got, my friend's got a boxing gym and I help her train boxers twice a week. I've been through a drug recovery program, so now I can help other addicts recover. It's a lot, guys. It's a lot. I've got a lot of stuff to do. Now, there is no time. There is never any time. All we have is now. We have to do what we can do today. For the future, I've said this before, but the past is like concrete, it's set. You can't move that, you can't touch it, you can't change it. It is what it is. The future is like gas, in how it's not formed into anything. It's sort of like a soup of potentialities, do you know what I mean? And the present is like water. You can move it around and you can shape it to make that future that you want. We have to take certain steps and we have to take the actions to guarantee that we can reach those manifestations that we think about. Law of attraction is not just, you think of things and then they just magically appear in your world. So I have goals and I have aspirations that need to be met. How can I raise my kids and mentor these other boxers and tell them to chase their dreams when I'm not even chasing my own? You've got to practice what you preach. I don't want to earn 35k a year, go on holiday once a year, live on a fucking council estate which is where I'm at right now. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to do something more creative, something that helps other people, so I can have more time to spend with my family. I'd like a 5-bedroom house somewhere out in the sticks, 2 cars on a shingle driveway. I want to be able to travel anywhere I want in the world at the drop of the hat if the feeling takes me. That's just me. I want total freedom. So we have goals to keep us on track and stop us from falling into the security trap. Right now, it's not about me at all. Nothing that I do is really about me, other than what I do to survive. And for my mental and physical well-being, like going to the gym and eating good food, everything is for other people, for my children, or for trying to make the world a better place and doing good things around me. I think about the welfare of my children's 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 children. Do you know what I mean? What I do now is to be generational. I think it's Mitsubishi. They've got a 300-year business plan. A 300-year business plan. Imagine that. Do you know what I mean? You write a business plan for a company you're probably only going to be a part of for 60 years once you mature and come of age. Do you know what I mean? That's the forward thinking you really need to have. Some businesses in Japan have survived 1,000 years. 1,000 years. We're thinking way too small. Way too small. We've got to think bigger. We're only concentrating on ourselves. We should be thinking about legacies that are going to last for generations to come. You can have a really nice life if you're set up in the right way on 40, 50k a year. But to be more comfortable, I would be aiming for more 6 figures and above. I want to touch on some of the tools, and I'm going to touch on more of the tools later on in the series, but one I want to talk about right now, which can really help, is affirmations. I do believe in the law of attraction in the way of cause and effect. Like I just mentioned, you don't just think of things and they magically appear in the 3D screen of space. You have to take action so that these things occur. What we think about can become reality. It's what we do all the time. Everybody's doing it all the time. We're all manifesting all the time. It's self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what it is. We think of things, we take action, and then they materialize into the world. Every morning, I get up and I look at my list of affirmations. And this is not to hypnotize myself into thinking that they're just going to appear. It's just like a reminder, switching my mind back on straight away. This is what we're doing today. This is what we need to do this week for it to occur. So it's just like a reminder. When you're planning your goals, remember this. Don't think for 1 second that just because you're on a council estate or whatever, your parents sell drugs or your parents have mediocre jobs, that is what has to happen for you. You have total control over what happens in your life. Don't think you're genetically predisposed to do anything. You are capable of whatever you tell yourself that you are capable of. Dream big and just run with it. Don't say, I can't do that because of this or because of that. There's no excuses. Anything you want to set your mind to, you can achieve. That is fact. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. I don't know if it was Einstein. It was someone. They said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're normally right. So guys, big goals and aspirations. You need to have them or you will go nowhere and you will achieve nothing. Remember, it is your God-given right to be successful and it is your responsibility to reach your potential.